Today we'll be working in my workbook called Kadesh Barnea to the Plains of Moab, and it covers numbers 20 through 24. And as soon as I can get to the table of contents here, we have already covered where Moses hit the rock to obtain water, and which caused him not to be able to go to the promised land. And Israel is trying to find a way into the promised land. And so they tried to go through Edom, and Edom does not allow them to do that. We also know that Miriam died the first part of the 40th year after Egypt. And so now Aaron has died in the 5th or 7th month, can't remember, of the 40th year. And then we had the first battle, which they were successful at, but then they were starting to complain. So this is the story of the bronze snake, which was held up, and anybody who looked to it was cured of disease. Then Mount Hor, which is where Aaron died, they now go to travel all the way to the plains of Moab. They had to go down around Edom and then up all the way through to the plains of Moab. At that point, then they start having more battles north of them. And the defeat of Sihon and Og, which is north of them, which is important for two reasons. One, Og was one of the giants that they were concerned with 40 years ago, or 38 years ago, when they wouldn't go into the promised land because of the giants, and they were able to defeat them. But also, too, this comes into play later for the Transjordan tribes, and we will talk about that, of course, when it comes up. Now we're in chapter 7, and chapter 7 through to the end of this book all have to do with a man named Balaam. Balaam. And interesting character, interesting story. Not quite sure what it's doing here, but it does give background to other things that are going on. Okay, Balak summons Balaam. Numbers 22, 1 through 21. How did Moses, the writer of Numbers, obtain the story of Balak and Balaam? While Moses is traditionally considered the author of the book of Numbers, the events concerning Balaam and Balak took place entirely apart from the Israelite camp, suggesting Moses was not an eyewitness. Theologically and historically, there are three primary ways it is believed Moses obtained this information. One, divine revelation and prophecy. Many theologians believe God revealed the details of these private conversations and spiritual encounters directly to Moses. As a prophet, Moses received many messages from God, and the narrative specifically highlights that God spoke to Balaam, putting words in his mouth. Another possible way is information from the Mennonites. The Bible notes that the Mennonites were involved in hiring Balaam and were later conquered by Israel. According to Numbers 31, Moses commanded the Israelites to fight the Mennonites, and after battle, they brought back details about the counsel Balaam had given to cause Israel to sin. It is probable that during this interaction, the Israelite leaders gathered intelligence on the previous goings-on between Balaam and the king Balak of Moab. That's one way. A third way is oral tradition and captured documents. It is possible that documents or oral traditions detailing these events were captured by the Israelites after their battles with the Moabites and the Mennonites and were later compiled and edited by Moses. Personally, I think number one is mostly true. Now, number three would be somewhat true in the fact that even the stories of the Genesis in the beginning, before Moses even existed, had to come from some kind of oral traditions and writings. So I think those two, and then maybe supplemented by the information from the Mennonites. But when a person writes about something he's not there, it's always curious as to where the story comes from. So anyway, it's curious to me.
Then the Israelites, I'm sorry. Then the Israelites traveled to the plains of Moab and camped along the Jordan across from Jericho. Oh, I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
Pointed out which plains in Jericho. That's that's cool. I like it.
Yeah. So what, after winning this battle with the Amorites and with Bashan, they decided to travel to where?
Plains of Moab.
Even though it is called this, it was in,
Ammonite, Israelite territory.
yes, not Moabite territory. And hint, who had obtained the land from Moab, that's Ammonite. Not Ammonite, but Hararite, yeah. What river are they camped alongside?
Jordan.
What town is directly across the river?
Jericho.
Deuteronomy below gives us the day of the year. What is it?
The 40th year on the first day of the 11th month.
Right. Now, there's a lot that happens in this 11th and 12th month. It's incredible how much is. So I think there's some overlapping time, but we can't really diagnose it because basically all the rest of the books on Numbers has to do with this 11th and 12th month. That's way too much stuff. So
Yeah.
they must kind of go back and retell certain things. Look back at Numbers 20.1. When did our story start?
First month, 40th year.
Therefore, it's taken how many months to defeat a number of kings and end up here?
10 months.
Yep.
Wow. That's cool. Now, Balak, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites, and Moab was terrified because there were so many people. Indeed, Moab was filled with dread because of the Israelites. The Moabites said to the elders of Midian, "This horde is going to lick up everything around us as an ox licks up the grass of the field."
Who's Balak son of, and what nation is he from?
Zippor and Moab.
Mm-hmm. Right. The nation of Moab was terrified of what?
So many people.
Right. And everybody would have been. I mean, good grief, 2 million people going through. We get scared when 2 million people infringe in our land.
We're getting invaded.
Right. In Deuteronomy 2:25 on page 52, what did God say would happen to the nations around the Israelites?
Nations around Israel will fear them.
Right. Is this happening to the nation of Moab?
Yes.
What did the Moabites say to the elders of Midian?
This horde is going to lick up everything around us as an ox licks up the grass of the field.
And probably not an illogical statement since there's 2 million people. We know nothing more about the elders of Midian other than what was written here. They may not have been solely Moabites, but elders of all the peoples east of the Jordan from that side of the Red Sea upward.
So Balak, son of Zippor, who was king of Moab at the time, sent messengers to summon Balaam, son of Beor, who was at Pethor near the Euphrates River in his native land, Euphrates.
Right. Now we know Balak's official title. What is it?
King of Moab.
Who did he summon and how?
He sent messengers to summon Balaam, son of Beor.
Right. Where was Balaam?
Pethor.
Yeah, Pethor near the Euphrates River. Circle Pethor. This is over 400 miles. This trip probably took a month each way.
Wow.
According to the description of Balaam below, what was he known for?
Gentile prophet and diviner.
Right. Gentiles meaning not Jewish. Yeah. Was he Jewish or Gentile?
Gentile.
Right.
Okay. Balak said, "A people has come out of Egypt. They covered the face of the land and have settled next to me. Now come and put a curse on these people because they are too powerful for me. Perhaps then I will be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that whoever you bless is blessed, and whoever you curse is cursed."
Does Balak name the people he's worried about or just describe them?
Describe them.
Where are they located according to Balak?
Out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. They covered the face of the land and settled next to him. Yeah. What does he want Balaam to do?
Put a curse on these people.
If these people are cursed, then what does Balak think he can do?
Be able to defeat them.
Right. If he had a connection to the God of the Hebrews, then he would not have to fear, according to Deuteronomy 2:9 on page 51. What does that say regarding the Israelites and the Moabites?
Do not harass the Moabites.
Right. God is still protecting them for a while, but of course the King Balak wouldn't know that.
Yeah. The elders of Moab and Midian left, taking with them the fee for divination. When they came to Balaam, they told him what Balak had said. Spend the night here, Balaam said to them, and I will report back to you with the answer the Lord gives me. So the Moabites officials stayed with him.
When the elders of the Moab and the Midian left to find Balaam, what did they take with them?
Fee for divination.
Although we don't know how much and what this divination fee is, Jesus told his disciples not to charge for their services. Matthew 10:7-8. As you go, proclaim this message. The King of Heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Did Balaam tell them an answer right away?
No, wait, and I will report back to you from the Lord.
Yeah, and what did he tell them to do? Is he said, wait, right? Spend the night here.
Night. Yeah,
Who is Balaam going to speak with for an answer?
the Lord.
Mhm. Why can a pagan be a prophet for God? Balaam has direct access to God because God chooses to speak through him. Despite Balaam being a pagan seer from outside Israel, God can choose to speak to anybody. It doesn't have to be just someone who believes in him.
Mhm. God came to Balaam and asked, who are these men with you? Balaam said to God, Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent me this message. A people that has come out of Egypt covers the face of the land. Now come and put a curse on them for me. Perhaps then I will be able to fight them and drive them away.
Did Balaam seek God's guidance?
Yes.
God first asks a strange question. What does he ask?
Who are these men with you?
Does the all-knowing God not really know who these men are?
No.
Then why would he ask the question?
See what he would say?
Right. Yeah, to start a conversation, see what he can say. Does Balaam explain correctly what the message is from Balak?
Yes.
If he is asking the Hebrew God, a God he must already have a relationship with, wouldn't Balaam know what God's answer would be regarding cursing these people?
I believe so.
If not, why not? If so, why would he ask?
To see what he would tell him.
Yeah. We don't get all of who Balaam is here. We look at the whole total of who he is and then look back and re-see these things. Looking as we move forward, he doesn't look so bad. As we look at him from the end going back, we think now we can see things like, oh, I really need the money, Lord. Can you please change your mind type things. But when we're going forward, we don't see that. So far, what is your opinion of Balaam?
He's okay. He's doing what he is supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah.
But God said to Balaam, do not go with them. You must not put a curse on these people because they are blessed. The next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak's officials, go back to your own country, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you.
What was God's response?
Do not go with them and put a curse on them because they are blessed.
Does God give a reason not to curse these people?
Yes, because they are blessed.
In the morning, what does Balaam tell the messengers to do?
Go back to your own country.
What is the reason that Balaam gives to the messengers?
God told him not to go.
Yeah. Does he tell them the full reason why he can't go?
No.
No, he just tells them, I can't go with you, but he doesn't say that God says he can't curse them. Why do you think Balaam will not tell him the full reason?
That's a good question. I don't know.
The only reason I can think of is that He still wants a good relationship with the Moabites and stuff, and he doesn't want to have it sealed. He's thinking maybe he can persuade God. I don't know. But the
Yeah.
fact that he doesn't give them the full answer makes me think he's got another idea in mind or whatever. I don't know exactly. Maybe
Yeah.
he's afraid of King Balak and doesn't want to give him the full answer. I don't know.
So the Moabite officials returned to Blank and said, Balaam refused to come with us. Then Balak sent other officials more numerous and more distinguished than the first. They came to Balaam and said, This is what Balak, son of Zippor, said. Do not let anything keep you from coming to me, because I will reward you handsomely, and do not, whatever you say, come and put a curse on these people for me.
Because Balaam didn't tell him the full reason, Balak thinks it's because I'm come to him properly with enough money or with a wealthy enough people. He misunderstands because Balaam doesn't give him the full information. Did the Moabite officials give the correct message to Balak based on what they heard?
Yeah.
Reminder, this trip back and forth probably took a month of travel each way. Does Balak accept the message?
No.
What did Balak do next?
Sent officials more numerous and more distinguished than first.
Did it appear that Balak upped the price that he was willing to pay?
Yeah.
Do you think Balak thought he could change Balaam's mind if more distinguished officials came with a higher money incentive?
Yeah.
Do you think Balak's response would have been different if Balaam had told him the full answer from God?
Yeah.
If not, okay. If so, why do you think his response may have been then?
You'd be more interested?
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe how do we change God's mind?
But Balaam answered them, Even if Balak gave me all the silver and gold in his palace, I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord, my God. Now spend the night here so that I can find out what else the Lord will tell me. That night God came to Balaam and said, Since these men have come to summon you, go with them, but do only what I tell you. Balaam got up in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the Moabite officials.
Right. And even if he gives me all the silver and gold in his palace, another way of looking at it is he's hinting to Balak how much money he needs in order to make the change, based on the old type of arbitration. When the messengers come to Balaam again, does he turn down the silver and gold he could be offered?
Yeah,
Why does he turn it down?
I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord.
But instead of sending them on their way back to Moab, he had them do what and why?
Spend the night so I can find out what the Lord tells me.
Right. Now, instead of sending the messengers away, what does God tell Balaam to do?
Go with them.
But on what specific instruction?
Only do what I tell you.
Did he go on what means of transportation?
Yes, with a donkey.
Yep. Now we get to the end of this chapter. Number 2, Balak is the son of whom?
Zippor.
Number 5, the Israelites settled in the plain of Moab in the
11th.
month of the 40th year since leaving Egypt. 6, the Israelites settled in the plain of Moab across from
Jericho.
8, the elders of Moab and Midian left to see Balaam taking the fee of
Divination.
with them. 9, Balaam rode to Moab on a
Donkey.
11, he's the Moabite king.
Black.
1 down, Balak wanted Balaam to
First.
on the Israelite people. 3, where was Balaam?
Tethorn.
And number 4, Balak was
Terrified.
because there were so many Israelites. 7, Balak sent messengers to whom?
Balaam.
8, Balak felt that if Balaam cursed the Israelites, he would then be able to
Defeat them.
And 10, Balaam told the messengers to spend the
night.
Hang on here.